Miss Little Sexy ASMR. Today's book is Alpha Can Read My Mind, Chapter 2, Family Pride. The grand hall of Blackwood Manor fell into a hushed silence as Sarek stormed out, his amber eyes flashing with fury. He retreated to his chambers, slamming the door behind him. "Peter," he groaned, his voice echoing in the brilliant room. "Did you hear that? Those old fools. They dare to dictate my life, my choices." Peter, his trusted lieutenant, emerged from the shadows, his face attached with concern. "Calm down, Alpha," he said, his voice soothing. "This is a test, a chance to prove your strength." Sarek scoffed. "A test is a farce, a way to control me. I'll show them all." Peter hesitated, his gaze filled with a mixture of worry and admiration. "You are strong, Sarek. You can overcome this." But Sarek's anger was a raging inferno, filled by a sense of injustice. "I should be able to choose my own mate, not have it forced upon me," he roared. "Those old fools, they think they know best. I'll throw them all into the woods if I could." Peter chuckled, a faint sound in the tense silence, and then hoodooed the pack. Sarek's anger fluttered, a flicker of doubt crossing his mind. He knew Peter was right. The Olders, for all their flaws, were the backbone of the pack. Without them, chaos would ensue. "But this competition," he grumbled, his voice softening, "is unfair. This woman, they're not ready." Peter nodded, understanding the unspoken concern. "Perhaps not, but this is a test, Alpha, a test of their strength, their resilience, and perhaps it will reveal something unexpected." The thought of 5 women competing for his hand was absurd, yet the weight of tradition and the Olders' unwavering determination loomed over him. "Peter," he began, his voice heavy with resignation, "tell me about this competition. How does it work?" Peter took a deep breath, his expression solemn. "The competition is a tradition that dates back centuries. It's a test of strength, of wit, of spirit. The women must prove their worth in various challenges, from hunting to strategy to healing." Sarek's jaw clenched, and the winner. Peter hesitated, his gaze meeting Sarek's. The winner becomes the Luna, the Alpha's mate. She is expected to be a fierce warrior, a wise counselor, and a loving companion. Sarek scoffed. "Love, a companion? This is a farce, a way to control me." Peter sighed. "Perhaps, but it's also a way to ensure the strength and unity of the pack. A Luna chosen through this process has the respect and loyalty of the entire pack." Sarek's anger simmered beneath the surface. He hated this. He hated the idea of being forced into a marriage, of being controlled by tradition. But he also knew that the Olders were serious. They wouldn't back down. "And if I refuse," he growled, his voice a low rumble. Peter's expression hardened. "Then you risk the stability of the pack. The Olders are determined to see this through." Sarek's heart pounded in his chest. He had a choice. He could submit, accept the competition, and hope for the best. Or he could defy the Olders, risk a power struggle, and potentially plunge the pack into chaos. The decision was a heavy one, the burden that pressed down upon him, but as he looked out at the vast expanse of the Blackwood territory. The weight of his responsibility settled upon him. He was the alpha, the leader. It was his duty to ensure the safety and well-being of his pack. Peter, his voice heavy with a sense of foreboding. Have you ever experienced a recurring dream? Peter hesitated, his expression thoughtful. No, Alpha. It's not uncommon for werewolves to have prophetic dreams. Zarek nods. I've been having a recurring dream. A woman I never seen before. She's different. Peter's eyes narrowed. Perhaps it's a sign, Alpha, a message from the moon goddess. Zarek's heart pounded in his chest. Could it be? Could his dream be a clue? A hint at the outcome of the competition? Could this mean that he could finally see and touch the girl in his dream? The moon cast an ethereal glow upon the Crimson Pack's territory, illuminating the ancient oak trees that stood as silent sentinels. Enya, her heart pounding in her chest, crouched behind a grown trunk, her breath coming in raged grasps. She had to escape. Her mother, Mrs. Fentoyan, a woman of fierce loyalty to the Crimson Pack, had discovered her plans. The news of Enya's selection as one of the 5 women competing for Zarek, the alpha of the Blackwood Pack, had been met with pride and excitement. But Enya felt trapped, a blonde in a game she didn't want to play. Enya, come out, her mother's voice called, her tone laced with a mixture of disappointment and authority. Enya hesitated, her mind racing. She knew she couldn't hide forever. She had to face her mother, to explain her reasons for wanting to leave. With a heavy sigh, she stepped out from behind the tree. Her mother, a formidable figure with eyes as sharp as obsidian, stood before her, her arms crossed. Why, Anya? Her mother asked, her voice filled with hurt. Why would you betray your pack like this? Anya's heart ached. She loved her mother, her family, but she couldn't bear the thought of being forced into marriage she didn't want. It's not betrayal, mother, she said, her voice trembling. It's freedom. I can't marry the alpha. Her mother's eyes narrowed. And why not? He's the alpha, a powerful and respected leader. Any woman would be lucky to have him. Anya shook her head. Mom, he is scary. He could kill anyone he wants. He could kill me. I'm too young and ready to die. Zarek, the alpha of the Blackwood Pack, was a formidable figure, known for his ruthlessness and his unwavering loyalty to his pack. Anya had heard the stories of his brutality, of his willingness to do anything to protect his territory. The thought of facing him filled her with dread. Her mother's face softened, a figure of understanding crossing her features. And what about the pack? Your duty to them? Anya's heart sank. She knew her mother was right. The Crimson Pack was her family, her home, but she couldn't sacrifice her own happiness for their sake. I will always be loyal to the pack, she said, her voice firm. But I can't do this. I can't marry the alpha. I know you're worried about the future, Anya, her mother began, her voice filled with a mixture of concern and understanding. But you must understand the gravity of your decision. Anya nodded, her heart heavy with the weight of her choice. I do, mother, but I can't live my life dictated by fear. Her mother sighed, her eyes filled with a bittersweet sadness. I understand, but you must also understand the consequences of your actions. The pack will not forgive you for leaving. Anya's breath hedged. She had considered the whisk, but the thought of her mother and the crimson bag suffering because of her was unbearable. What will they do? She asked, her voice barely a whisper. Her mother hesitated, her gaze fixed on the distant horizon. They will hunt you down, Anya. They will bring you back by force if necessary. Anya's heart pounded in her chest. She had known the whisk, but hearing them spelled out so bluntly was a different matter. And what about the bag? She asked, her voice trembling. Will they be punished? Her mother nodded. Her eyes filled with a mixture of guilt and determination. Yes, the elders will see to it that the crimson bag pays the price for your defiance. Anya's eyes widened. She had never thought of the consequences of her actions extending beyond herself. Anya kneeled before her mother, her eyes filled with remorse. I'm sorry, mother, she whispered. I know I've made a mistake. Her mother's eyes softened. It's not too late, Anya. Yes, mother. In Anya's little head, she had it all planned out. She just needed to lay low and let someone else fight for the Luna's position. She would live her quiet, happy life, and hopefully the Alpha would forget her existence. Good food, pretty clothes, fabulous ballets. Maybe it was not so bad after all. The following morning, Anya began packing her belongings, her heart heavy with a mixture of anticipation and dread. She knew what awaited her at the Blackwood Manor, the challenges, the dangers, but she was determined to face them, to prove herself to Sarek and to the bag. As she packed her murdered belongings, her younger sister Bella entered the room. Bella was a fiery-haired young woman with a spirit as wild as the forest itself. She had been overjoyed when Anya had returned, her admiration for her older sister boundless. You're really going, aren't you? Bella asked, her voice filled with a mixture of excitement and sadness. Anya nodded, her eyes filled with tears. I have to, Bella, is my beauty. Bella pondered, but I'm going to miss you so much. Anya smiled, reaching out to ruffle Bella's hair. I'll miss you too, little sister, but remember, I'll always be watching over you. Bella hugged her sister tightly, her tears soaking Anya's shoulder. Please be careful, Anya. Sarek is a scary guy. Anya chuckled, a bittersweet sound. I know, Bella, but I'll be okay. As Bella turned to leave, Anya called out to her. Bella, there's something I want you to remember. Bella turned back, her eyes wide with curiosity. No matter what happens, no matter how difficult it gets, never lose your spirit. Never let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. Bella smiled, her eyes filled with a mixture of admiration and love. I promise, Anya. Anya watched her sister leave.